please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live.
Hey everybody, we have another signing to talk about, and this one involves the Chicago Blackhawks, who have signed Mattias Janmark to a one-year deal worth $2.25 million for this upcoming season. This is an interesting deal as Chicago continues to kind of have me scratching my head a little bit as to what they are trying to do this offseason and what direction they are going in. Listen, Mattias Janmark is a very solid, serviceable player who can play on your, the middle of your lineup, second or third line. I think he's best suited as a third liner. He's coming out of Dallas, where he was just in the Stanley Cup Finals, and he's a really solid player. But to me, this is a kind of move that you make if you're a contending team looking to add some secondary scoring and solidify your forward lineup. This is a move that you make if you're the Colorado Avalanche or the Vancouver Canucks or the Calgary Flames, Philadelphia Flyers, Boston Bruins, Washington Capitals, teams like that, teams that are legitimate playoff teams and threats to be a Stanley Cup contender next season. You go out and you make this kind of move and you add a guy like Janmark to your third line and you solidify your forward group up front. Chicago, for the past couple weeks, have been acting like a rebuilding team. Getting rid of Olli Maatta, getting rid of Brandon Saad, not re-signing Corey Crawford. They've been acting like a rebuilding team, and now they go out and they make a move that is acting like a contending team. I'm confused here as to what Stan Bowman is doing and what direction the Chicago Blackhawks are going in this offseason. Everything has been pointing towards rebuild for the past 2 weeks, and now they go out and they sign Janmark to a one-year deal in a move that is very contender-like. So I'm just a little confused as to what Stan Bowman is doing and what the goal is this offseason for Chicago. And I think I'm not alone in that. I think a lot of Chicago fans are very, very confused and upset with Stan Bowman and what he's done this offseason. The star players, I think, are confused on Chicago. The core group, there's been reports saying that Kane, Taves, and Keith are kind of just like, what is going on here? Like very, very out of the loop and unsure of what direction this team is trying to go in. And I don't blame them for being upset. And if I were a Chicago fan, I would be upset. And as someone who covers and follows the entire NHL, I am just really, really confused as to what the Chicago Blackhawks are trying to do. What direction are you going in? I mean, if you're trying to be a contending team and make the playoffs, then this move is a good move for Chicago. Janmark's a solid player. But then you don't trade away Brandon Saad if you're doing that. That especially for a third pair defenseman. You just gave up Brandon Saad for a third pair defenseman in Nikita Zadorov. You don't do that if you're trying to be a contending team. You would have Saad as your second line left wing, and you have Janmark as your third line left wing, and that would make sense. And this signing would make sense. If you're a rebuilding team, then you trade away Brandon Saad, you trade away Olli Maatta, you go into rebuild mode, but then you don't sign a guy like Mattias Janmark. This is a contender-type move for a team trying to just fill out secondary scoring. I'm just confused, and I think a lot of Blackhawks fans are with me. I think a lot of people are asking, what the hell is Stan Bowman doing this offseason? They didn't make any particularly big moves in free agency. They did not add a goaltender in free agency yet, and pretty much all the big ones are off the board now. They let Corey Crawford go. They traded Robin Lehner away last year, only to be beaten by him in the playoffs, which was pretty funny. When he was with Vegas, and I'm just confused here. You haven't done anything to address the goaltending situation. You haven't addressed the defense. You seem to be in rebuilding mode all offseason long, like you're going to take another couple years to rebuild here, and you're not really trying to win next season. And then you go out and you sign a guy like Janmark, who's a third liner and basically just a secondary scorer, which is normally a move that you make if you're a contending team looking to fill out your lineup. So again, I'm just confused. I think, there's a lot of people with me. I don't understand what direction the Blackhawks are trying to go in this offseason, if they're trying to contend, if they're rebuilding. I don't think they've done a particularly good job at either, because they're stuck in the middle somewhere, making, one move going this way and then one move going this way. And they've just been all over the place this offseason. I understand why Blackhawks fans are frustrated, and I'm confused just as much as you guys are. I really don't know what Stan Bowman is doing and which way he's trying to pull this team towards a rebuild, towards contending. I just don't know. They've made moves that make no sense to both sides of that, and this is just another one of those. So again, nothing against Mattias Janmark. I think he's a solid player. I just think that this is the kind of move you make when you're trying to be a contending team and add some secondary scoring, not the move you make if you're a rebuilding team. And Chicago, like I said, has been all over the place as to which one of those they are this offseason, and it's just been really, really confusing and frustrating. So that's my opinion on the Janmark signing. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, and donation link are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.